not wired yet, so we have to wire you first. Michael Perry. Now from all of us, the whole team here, we would like to offer our condolences. Your father passed away.
Okay, on the 10th. My dad died 13 days ago.
13 days ago.
Yeah, on June 10th.
But you will die, or you are scheduled for executions in
Right.
only 8 days.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm a Christian, so, I believe that, paradise awaits one way or the other. So I tell people all the time, I'm either going home or home. So I'm either going home to the world or home to God. So, as the days get closer, I can feel the pressure on my shoulders. They call it clinical depression, where I just start having less motivation to do things, less energy. You get frustrated at the system. How can they not see, my situation is wrong? I used to write all the time and have a lot of energy, and I just don't have it anymore. I just feel like I've been beaten down.
And you were sent on an outward-bound trip into
Yeah,
Florida.
That wasn't...
What was that? Yeah.
Well, I'm a city boy at heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm really not into the nature and bugs and the weather, and So, when they sent me on a 2-week canoe trip.
Which sounds wonderful for me, but...
Yeah, I like to canoe, but it wasn't the canoeing that was bad, it was in the Everglades. I mean, we're seeing alligators everywhere. Now, my question is, and I didn't even realize that until I got here, what happened if I would have fell out and got eaten by an alligator? Who would have been responsible? Did my parents sign some type of waiver? Because there was alligators everywhere.
Well, a young man of 13, you better watch out and handle the alligators well, yes.
Yeah.
But what happened then? You didn't
I think it was on the third or fourth
with
day. We would canoe until like nighttime and pull in. I guess they had certain designations marked. And sometimes we'd pull in like at midnight, there's bugs. You could reach out and grab a handful of bugs. And then they'd want us to cook dinner. And, I'm like, man, I can't. And one of the things of the program was to teach you every action there's a reaction. So immediate consequences to your decisions. And one of the things I learned is that if I don't pay attention to the lessons, we had these bags for our property. And you had to seal them right or they wouldn't be waterproof. Well, I didn't listen. And it fell in the water and all my stuff got wet. So I didn't have my own tent, I didn't have no toilet paper anymore, and I didn't like that. So basically I was my typical stubborn self, and I told him, you know what, I ain't doing this no more, take me home.
But you were not attacked by alligators?
No, we were attacked by monkeys though.
By monkeys? What
Absolutely.
happened?
Monkeys were jumping from one side to the trees on the other side we were at, and trying to come over there. And they couldn't figure out where the monkeys came from, but there was a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch. I wanted to get out and get one, but they said they have diseases, right?
Into the details of what happened, but fact is that 3 people were killed.
Mm-hmm.
And you deny that you were even close to the scene, or how do you...
Well, there's no longer a question. There's no longer a question of my innocence. The question is out the door. The question is, what is anyone going to do about it now? I mean, a perfect example is, you're here with these guys. They show up at your hotel room in a car. You're going to assume that car is, these are your friends. So when Jason shows up to pick me up in a car, I'm going to assume it's okay. You get in it, you get arrested, and you come to find out he just murdered someone from that car, you're going to end up on Texas death row. You're going to end up right here because you trusted one of these guys to show up and pick you up in a real car that wasn't just stolen.
But trusting in Jason was a bad choice.
Oh,
anyway,
absolutely.
let's face it. He was
some
sort of a bad apple, and so were you.
I was homeless and starving. So where could I get my
using
food?
drugs and stealing.
He offered me drugs. He offered me a place to stay. He offered me food. So I chose that, which I shouldn't have. I regret it every minute now. Cherish every minute. Cherish every minute. Make the most of it, because they can do you like me, be in the wrong situation at the wrong time, and there's no telling where you end up. You might want to get out of Texas as soon as possible. They might arrest you any second.